Sai Ram. Dear children, today I will be teaching Introduction to Euclid Geometry Part 2. This consists of Euclid's postulates, problem based on Euclid's axioms and postulates. Before commencing this lesson, let us evaluate your home assignment given in the previous session. Now, this is a self-evaluation. Now, we have to know what are the advantages of self-evaluation. Now, the first question, the correct answer is option D, point, line, plane. Now, let us move to the second question now. The second question, the correct answer is Euclid. Third question, the correct answer is option A, postulate. Fourth one, common notions. The correct answer is F, axioms. Having length and breadth only. The correct option is C, surface. Let us move to the sixth question. Edge of a surface. The correct option is H, line. Euclid's famous treatise. The correct option is G, elements. Statement having proof. The correct option is B, theorem. Now, let us start the session with an activity. Now, if you participate in this activity with enthusiasm, then you will learn properly what are postulates. Now, here there are 4 questions. Let us know one by one now. First question is, how many lines can be drawn through? Here line means, here in Euclid geometry, line is always a straight line. You should remember. Okay. Then here a given point. Now this point, from this point, how many lines can be drawn? How many lines can be drawn passing through this point? Now let us see how many is possible. Now I am drawing, passing through the point, I have drawn one line. Is it possible to draw another line? Yes, it is possible. Now I will draw another line. In this way, how many lines can be drawn passing through point A? Definitely infinite number of lines can be drawn passing through the given point A, because you already know that line has only one dimension, length only, it is breadthless. So, infinite many lines can be drawn passing through the given point. Therefore, the answer for the first question is through a given point, infinite many lines can be drawn. Now, let us move to the second question. Here 2 points are given now. Instead of 1 point, 2 points are given now. Now, let us mark the 2 points here, one as A, another one as B. Now, we have marked the 2 points A and B. Now, the question is, how many lines can be drawn passing through A and B, both? Definitely you can draw only one line passing through these 2 points. Therefore, what we can conclude from this, unique line can be drawn passing through 2 given points. Therefore, a unique line can be drawn passing through points A and B. Now, let us move to the second question now. Now, how many circles can be drawn with a given center? Now, let us draw a diagram and observe how many circles is possible to draw with a given center. I will take one center here I will mark it as center P. Now let us verify how many circles can be drawn from this point. Now one circle I have drawn. Now by changing the radius, you can draw another circle also with the same center. Now we have drawn two circles. Similarly, you can draw number of circles with the same center. Number of circles can be drawn. Number of circles can be drawn with the same center. You can go on drawing number of so many circles you can draw. Like this, go on drawing the circles. So many circles can be drawn with the given center. Now these circles are known as the concentric circles. The same center we are drawing so many circles. These circles can be called as concentric circles. Concentric circles. So for this question we can write infinite many circles can be drawn from a given center. Now let us move to the third main. Now question is it possible to produce terminated line segment? Now you already know that line segment is nothing but a part of a line. It is a part of a line. Let us take a part of a line. That part of a line is called the line segment. Part of a line. Now let us mark them as PQ. Here PQ is a part of a line. It has two end points. This is having two end points. Now the question is like that, the terminated line segment can be extended or not. Is it possible or not? Definitely it is possible, because you can extend them on either side of the line segment like this way. You can extend them. On either side, both sides, left and right side, you can extend them. You can extend it on either side of the line segment in this way. Therefore, we can conclude that a terminated line segment can be extended on either side infinitely. Therefore, you can write the summary like this: the terminated line segment, the terminated. Now let us move to the fourth main question. Fourth one. Now here a diagram is given. In the given diagram, there are two lines AB and CD. One is AB, another one is CD. There are two lines. Now a line that is known as another line intersecting these two lines at two distinct points. These two lines are intersected by the another line that is given as, let us name it as, it is not given, let us name it as X and Y. Here X and Y is known as the transversal. It cuts the lines in two distinct points. They are marked as P and Q. At this point, they will make an angle 1 and 2. Now we have to find the magnitude of angle 1 and angle 2. Now you have to find magnitude of angle 1 plus magnitude of angle 2. How much you have to find out. In the figure, let us assume that this angle 1 is 60 degree now. I am assuming that this is angle 60 degree only here. Angle 1 measures 60 degree. Another angle, it is measuring about 110 degree. Approximately it may measuring 110 degree. Now let us substitute in this formula. Magnitude of angle 1 is how much in this figure? 60 degree. I will substitute here 60 degree plus magnitude of angle 2 is how much? 110 degree is given. Now add 110 plus 60 degree, you will get 170 degree here. Now we already know that 170 degree is lesser than 180 degree. Therefore, let us write it as magnitude of angle 1 plus magnitude of angle 2 is equal to 170 degree. That means lesser than 2 right angles. It is lesser than 2 right angles or lesser than 180 degree. Then we have to find the relation between whether if they are extended backward BA and DC, what happens you have to find out. Now we are extending them backwards. I am extending in this figure now BA now extending these lines backward, then what you will observe. Now what you will observe, definitely they meet at a point. Let us name as P. When the lines BA and DC are produced backwards, they will meet at a point P. So what is the conclusion you can get from this? Whenever the magnitude of angle 1 plus angle 2 is lesser than 180 degree, then if they produced towards that side, they will meet at a point. So they are not parallel lines. You can conclude that they are not at all parallel lines now. So similarly, if you take your right side, then also you can verify whether magnitude of 1 and magnitude of angle 2, what happens now. You already know this is 110 degree, then this side angle should be equal to 70 degree. Already you know these two angles make a linear pair. 110 plus 70 becomes 180 degree. Similarly, if this angle is 60 degree, therefore this angle should be 120 degree on the right side. This angle should be 70 degree, this angle should be 120 degree according to the property of linear pairs. Now here also sum up these two angles, 120 plus 70 you will get 190 degree. It is also not lesser than 180 degree. So this side also they never meet at all, because they are, if you add up you will get 190 degree are getting, it is greater than 180 degree. Therefore this side also they cannot possible to meet at all. This is the conclusion from this. Now we have summarized now important truth relating to the geometry only. These are the important truths related to geometry. So now let us study about postulate now. Now let us go to the Euclid's 5 postulates. Now these postulates are taken from the book Elements. There are 5 important postulates are there. Now let us move to the postulate number 1. Now postulate 1. A straight line segment can be drawn from any one point to any other point. Now we already studied in the activity. If there are 2 given points are there, how many lines can possible to passing through both the points A and B? You already learnt in the activity. You already know how many lines can be drawn passing through 2 different points. Already you know how many lines can be possible. Definitely there is only one line passing through A and B now. Only one line is possible passing through A and B. So a straight line segment can be drawn from any one point to any other point. That is the postulate 1. Now it is called the postulate because it is applicable only for the field of geometry. Now let us move to the second postulate. Line segment is given here in this diagram, one line segment. You already learnt in the activity. If a line segment is given, line segment is nothing but a part of a line. Here two line segments are there, A and B. Now already learnt in the activity that a line segment, terminated line segment can be extended indefinitely on both sides. Already learnt in the activity. So we can extend them both sides. On either side indefinitely you can extend on the both sides. Therefore, it is always true. A terminated line segment can be extended on either side of the line segment. It is also true for every line segment. Next, let us move to the postulate 3. A circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. You already know, with any center you can draw radius, any center you can draw a circle. Look here, any center you take, you can draw a circle. Now, if you take another center and also another center also, you can draw another circle with different radius. Now, this is true. Practically you can draw now. Draw and show that with any center and with any radius you can draw circle. Now here circles, here both are the different centers are there, but we have taken the different radii, that's all. Here it may be radii may be 2 centimeter here radius may be 4 centimeter. Therefore, by practically we can show that we can draw circles with any center and with any radius. We can show it practically. It is also one of the truth. It is only applicable for geometry, therefore it is also postulate only. Next, let us move to the postulate 4. All right angles are equal to one another. All right angles are equal to one another. For example, if angle P is equal to 90 degree and also angle Q is equal to 90 degree, then you have to compare them. Both given angles are 90 degree. Look here. Now we are taking the two triangles now. Now this angle is also 90 degree. Right side, this angle is also 90 degree. In the left side, this angle is also 90 degree. When these two triangles are kept one upon the another, they will coincide each other. Therefore, it will confirm that all right angles are equal to one another. It is also true with axiom 1 already learnt in the previous session. Axiom 1, if two things are equal to one another, then they are equal to one another. That axiom also we can take to prove this one. Postulate 5. If a straight line falling on two straight lines make the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of angles is less than two right angles. Now in the activity given already shown. Now you have to think whether sum of the two interior angle on the same side of the transversal is equal to 180 degree, then what happens? You have to know now. Let us draw one diagram. The case is now when the magnitude of angle 1 and magnitude of angle 2 equal to 180 degree, then what happens? You have to understand now. Now I am drawing two lines such that they are equidistant from the line, this line. I will name it as one as AB, another line as CD. Now I will draw a transversal such that they make a definite angle here. One I will take one point here. Now I am constructing here 60 degree now, one side. This angle is making 60 degree here. Now if you measure the angle at point, this is a, let us mark it as P, this point as Q. I will measure the angle, interior angle. Now you have to measure the interior angle, this side, same side. To measure this angle, you have to put the protractor like this. Now it is showing here 0 is coinciding this line. If you have to measure this side, its reading is 120 degree, it is showing here. Its measurement is 120 degree. Now, magnitude of this, I will call this as angle 1 now. This angle I will call it as 1. This angle I will call it as 2 for our convenience now. Now, let us find the magnitude of angle 1 plus angle 2. Magnitude of angle 1 plus magnitude of angle 2. Now, what is the magnitude of angle 1 here in this diagram? It is 60 degree. I will substitute here 60 degree. Similarly, in this diagram, magnitude of angle 2 is 120 degree. Let us substitute here 120 degree. Now, add 60 degree and 120 degree, you are going to get 180 degree. Now, magnitude of 1 plus magnitude of angle 2 is equal to 180 degree, exactly equal to 180 degree. In such a cases, what happens if the lines are produced? Let us see. Let us produce these lines. Produce both sides. They never appear to meet at all because they are equidistant. These lines AB and CD are equidistant, so they never meet on the right hand side. Let us go to the left hand side. What happens now? Let us go to the left hand side now. This angle is 60 degree. So, this angle should be equal to 120 degree according to the linear pair formula. It should be equal to 120 degree. If it is 120 degree, this angle should be equal to 60 degree because they are linear pairs. Sum of the linear pair is always equal to 180 degree. Now, let us take this angle as 3, this angle as 4. Now, similarly, let us find the magnitude of angle 3 plus angle 4. Magnitude of angle 3 plus magnitude of angle 4 equal to 120 plus 60 degree, 120 degree plus 60 degree, that becomes exactly equal to two right angles now. Here in this case also 180 degree is there. Whenever the sum of the two interior angles is equal to 180 degree, then they never intersect each other. If you produce, they never intersect each other. So, from the Euclid's fifth postulate can be defined in the different way also. Now, Euclid's fifth postulate can be written very easily in a different form, that is known as the Playfair postulate. This is the name of the mathematician who given equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate. Now, there are two lines are given. One is L. One line is L is here. Now, there is another point for every line L and for every point P not lying on L, there exists a unique line M passing through P and parallel to L. Now, it is shown in the diagram. Now, here L is the line and P is the point not lying on L. Then through P you can draw number of lines, passing through P you can draw number of lines, out of which only line M is parallel to L. That is the Playfair postulate. Now, let us do some exercise based on axioms and postulate. Now, let us go to the first problem in the exercise. Now, which of the following statements are true and which are false? Give reason for your answer. Now, number one, the first one is only one line can pass through a single point. You already know that from a point number of lines can pass through, already learnt in the activity. Through a given point infinite number of lines is possible to draw. So, the question number 1, only one line can pass through a single point is false. Second one, there are infinite number of lines can pass through two distinct points. Now, it is false according to the postulate. Now, let us move to the third one. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely on both the sides. We already learnt in the postulate it is a true statement. Therefore, it is a true. Third one is true. Let us move to the fourth one. If two circles are equal, then their radii are equal. For that, we can compare the two circles. Now, look here. There are the two circles are here. Now, if you superimpose one circle on the other, they will coincide with each other. Therefore, this statement is true. The first statement is true because they will coincide each other. When they coincide each other, their radii should be same. Now, let us move to the second problem. In the figure given AC is equal to BD. Now, we have to prove that AB is equal to CD. To prove AB is equal to CD. Now, let us go to the solution now. Now, already given that AC is equal to BD. In this diagram, they have given AC is equal to BD. Now, what I have to do is subtract BC both side. Subtract BC both side. Subtract BC both side. Then you will get AC minus BC is also equal to BD minus BC. Now, we are using the axiom. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Now, in the diagram, if you subtract AC and BC, if you subtract from AC, you have to take the length from here to here and subtract BC, you will get AB. On the right hand side, we have to subtract BC from BD. Take distance from here to here and subtract BC, then the remaining part will be equal to CD. Now, hence we have proved that AB is equal to CD. Now, let us move to the third problem now. Now, they have given that AC is equal to BC. Given. Now, we have to prove that, to prove AC is equal to half AB. You have to prove that AC is equal to half of AB. Now, to do solution, now very simple problem this is also. Now, I will take the given equation as it is. AC is equal to BC given. Now, I am adding AC both side. I am adding AC both side of this equation. Adding AC both side. AC plus AC is equal to BC plus AC. Now, according to the axiom, if equals are added to equals, the total is also equal. Now, let us add AC plus AC, we will get twice AC. Now, I will write it as 2AC. Now, in this diagram, you have to add BC and AC. If you add these two line segments, you will get a big segment, that is AB now. I will write it as AB now. Now, 2AC is equal to AB. Now, you have to transfer 2 towards right side, then it becomes a division. That implies AC is equal to half of AB. This is the solution for the given problem. In the given figure, that is already given, AB is equal to AC already given. AB is equal to AC. AB equal to AC. And one more point is also given, AP is equal to AQ. AP is equal to AQ. Now, we have to find relation between BP and CQ. BP and CQ. Now, let us solve the problem first. Now, already given AB is equal to AC given. This is the equation 1. Let us call it as equation 1. Another one is also given. AP is equal to AQ already given. Now, already you know that if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainder also equal. So, I will subtracting now both side. Therefore, AB minus AP equal to AC minus AQ. Okay. Now, in the diagram, we are subtracting, you have to subtract AP. Then what is the remaining now? You will definitely will get BP now. We are in this side. BP equal to, on the right hand side, you have take the whole length AC and subtract AQ. The remainder is CQ. Therefore, we have proved that the relation between AP and CQ both are equal. BP is equal to CQ. That is the correct answer now. Now, we are concluding this session. Before that, some assignment will be given. Take your notebook and copy the assignment given, and next session you have to show the correct answers. Now, the first one is choose the correct answer. First question is, two distinct lines L and M cannot have. Option A, any point in common. Option B, one point in common. Option C, 2 points in common. Option D, none of these. Second question, through 2 points, first option A, no lines can be drawn. Second option B, a unique line can be drawn. Third option C, more than one line can be drawn. Fourth option D, none of these. Dear students, I will conclude this lesson. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.